This is Namco Museum Volume 5, not counting the Japan exclusive Namco Museum Encore, as it's more of a bonus disc. Volume 5 is the last volume in the Namco Museum PS1 series, and I think this volume's an improvement over the fourth one. So let's take a look at the classic Namco arcade games that are featured in Volume 5. Let's start with the best game in the collection, Pac-Mania. Out of all the Pac-Man games for the arcade, Pac-Mania is probably my favorite. It's like the original Pac-Man, but with a 3D aesthetic. Since every round adds in a ghost or two, you also need another ability to avoid them besides the power pellets. That's right, this game also gives Pac-Man the ability to jump over ghosts. But doesn't always work, as by the third world, the green ghost can jump around the same time as you. The game has 4 worlds in total, and how many levels there are depends on the settings you choose. Metrocross is, in my opinion, an underrated gem. It's about this guy who would run while trying to jump over cans and other obstacles. It's a pretty fun game, and it has some music that kind of reminds me of the music in Mappy. It's pretty good. Give it a shot. Bearadook is a pretty interesting game. It's pretty cool. You play as a woman in a biohazard suit named Kissy, who shoots aliens and junk. There's an option for you to select levels, which is cool, even though I have no idea how to beat the final boss. Man, that's one creepy boss. Dragon Spirit's extremely similar to Xevious, another arcade game from Namco. You both shoot enemies above and drop things on the ground. This game's kinda hard, but the music makes up for it. It's really great. I think it's worth playing for just the music alone. Here's the last game in the collection, The Legend of Valkyrie. Unlike the previous volume, this is the only game in the collection that was only released in Japan in the arcades. It could be because of the flashing lights that are in this game, but who knows. As a matter of fact, this volume's currently the only time this game was ever re-released in its arcade form, as well as the only English release of this game, as most of the re-releases of this game used the PC Engine version and were only released in Japan. The game itself is really good. It's really fun to play, especially if you have an extra controller for multiplayer. I could totally see myself playing this game a little often. While Volume 4 was a little bare bones in terms of the game selection, I think Volume 5 has a great selection of games. They play well, the music on these games are fantastic, and it's really cheaper to download them on the PlayStation Store. I mean, do you even understand how much North American copies of Volume 5 go for? There was another Namco Museum PlayStation game that was only released in Japan, called Namco Museum Encore. Like I said earlier, it wasn't much of a 6th volume and more of a bonus disc, though 57% of the games on here you could play on other releases. The remaining 3, however, were never released in North America at all, though the remaining 3 could be the reason for Encore's lack of localization due to cultural reasons. But I'm pretty sure the real reason why has to be because the last 2 volumes not only met with mixed reviews, but also sold poorly.